My favorite division in the UFC right now is welterweight. And the reason it's welterweight is because you don't really know what's happening there. You really don't. You got Leon Edwards as a champion, and I consider him a worthy champion, although a lot of people don't because his champion title and defense has only been against Kamaru Usman. So that kind of leaves you a little bit hanging there. And Usman, he's still considered to be the number one contender, but we don't even know if he's that interested in pursuing another fight with Leon right now. And then you've got a couple of fighters in the division who look primed to make a title shot, and that's Shavkat Rakhmonov, who's undefeated, Bilal Muhammad, who just got the win over Gilbert Burns. You've got Colby Covington kind of waiting in the wings, and he's always got the potential of earning himself a shot, and I think he will be the next one to get one. And then you've got guys like Jack Della Maddalena, who I'm a huge fan of, who would probably be ranked higher if it wasn't for the fact that he fights generally all his fights in Australia, right? If he had fought more fights in the United States of America, I think he'd actually be ranked higher than where he is. So there's a lot going on there with potential opponents for Leon, and the possibilities of this title changing hands a number of times within the next 2 years is very high. So that's why I'm so amped about the welterweight division right now. My favorite fighter in the welterweight division currently would be Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's the guy I want to see fight anybody, really, in the top 5, just to get another sort of sample of what he's capable of. As a mixed martial artist, he's got everything. He has all the tools. So I really like Shavkat. Outside of that, I really like Jack Della Maddalena. I am a believer in this guy. I think he's legit. I've picked him in a number of fights already, and sure, he's got 2 losses on his record, but they were his first 2 professional fights back in like 2016 or 2015 or something like that. So in my opinion, really, he's practically undefeated, right? He's on a 14-win streak, and a few of those fights are in the UFC, so it's not like he's fighting nobody. I really like Jack Della Maddalena. I hope they give him a, say, top 10 opponent in his next fight. That would be awesome. So again, we can get a sort of gauge as to where he's at. I think Bilal Muhammad actually deserves the next title shot. I really do. Although they're probably not going to give it to him. It's probably going to go to Kobe just because it's an easier sell. And for Leon Edwards, it's also probably a much more lucrative fight when it comes to how much he's going to make off it. So Colby Covington's probably next. If they give Bilal one more fight, I'm not sure who that would be. It would be pretty cool if it was Shavkat versus Bilal, but I think that might be a dumb fight for the UFC to make because whoever loses that fight loses marketability. I'd rather they give Bilal somebody else that doesn't take the shine off either himself or Shavkat. I'd like to see both of them get one more fight, and if they win that fight and it's against a top 5 opponent, both of them are in line to get that title shot. Maddalena's probably got 3 fights to go, depending on who they pair him up with. But he's someone I'm very interested in watching, and you should be too. Trust me, whoever they fight, who he fights next, bet on Maddalena to get the finish because this guy's got some rock solid hands. He's going to knock people out constantly. So those are the guys I'm watching in the welterweight division, and that's why the welterweight division is by far my favorite division right now.